Hello everyone and welcome back to Charlie's London. Today I'm going to take you all back to the London streets of Chaplin's youth. The harsh and often cruel Victorian streets of the 1880s, where Sherlock Holmes entertained on both the stage and in books alike. Where Jack the Ripper terrorised the East End of London in the autumn of 1888, and where a third of the globe was controlled by the British Empire, with London being its command centre. And where Chaplin's most famous character, the Little Tramp, was born.
Came up to see the wondrous sights of famous London town.
Charles Spencer Chaplin was born in East Lane, Lambeth, South London on the 16th of April 1889. His parents, Hannah Hill and Charles Chaplin Sr., had met while both performers on the Victorian music hall circuit. Made famous by artists such as Dan Leno, Vesta Tilley and of course Marie Lloyd, most famous for her song The Boy I Love is up in the gallery.
The boy I love is looking down at me. There he is, can't you see, waving his handkerchief, as merry as a robin that sings on a tree.
Just like vaudeville in the United States, the English music hall scene was an eclectic mix of music performers, ballet dancers and circus acts, and risque comedy for the lower classes. You could pay a couple of pennies for dinner and a show, often in the room above a pub, for an evening's entertainment and a slap-up meal. In fact, just as Chaplin's beginnings and early life were a beautiful mix of song and theatre, so was the life of one of his most famous rivals, Buster Keaton, who also discovered his early love for comedy through his parents on the vaudeville stages of the US. But unlike the Keatons, whose act seems to have been a family affair, the Chaplins' relationship was a tempestuous one, and by the age of 5, Chaplin had moved from a luxurious family home in West Square to various lowly lodgings in and around Lambeth with his older half-brother Sidney and his mother Hannah. By this time his parents had separated. As work in the music halls became less and less, Hannah found herself taking any gig she could, including the often baldy and raucous army barracks in places such as Aldershot, an episode documented in the 1992 Attenborough film Chaplin with Robert Downey Jr. In his 1964 work My Autobiography, Chaplin notes that it was at this very moment that his love for the stage was born.
Listen, come on, cut it out. Off. Right out of it, finished. Ladies and gentlemen, we gave you a special edition. Come on, play the game, play the game, come on lads. Get off the stage. Look, get off the bloody stage. We got another lovely act for you. What?
Mr. I know it, I can do the song.
Says he knows it, let him do it! What's your name, sonny?
Charles.
Charles what?
Charles Chaplin.
Ladies and gentlemen, at very short notice and at great expense, for your special pleasure, we are delighted to present Master Charles Chaplin. Thank you.
Off a mo.
Eddie?
From those red lips you see, I love you.
As Hannah's mental health seems to have deteriorated, under the strain of supporting her little family alone, a young Charlie developed a strong bond with his older brother that would remain for the most part for the rest of their lives. It was at this time of his young life he would watch his mother drift in and out of workhouses and insane asylums at her worst, but as a gifted and inspirational mimic at her best, who often entertained her boys with acts and musical numbers in their home when they had very little money. Indeed, female-to-male mimics and impersonators were incredibly popular in this time, and although Hannah herself does not appear to have been part of the popular musical act, another woman, Vesta Tilley, would become famous for her gentleman tramp character, Burlington Bertie from Bow. Burlington Bertie would see the stage again in the 1930s when Ella Shields revived her version for British crowds. However, it would be Mary Poppins actress Julie Andrews that would give this character a whole new audience in the 1968 film Star.
I'm Bert. Perhaps you've heard of me, Bert. You've had word of me jogging along, hearty and strong, living on plates of fresh air. I dress up in fashion, and when I am feeling depressed, I shave from my cuff all the whiskers and fluff, stick my hat on and toddle up west. I'm Burlington Bertie. I rise at 10:30 and saunter along like a top. I walk down the Strand with my gloves on my hands, and I walk down again with them off. I'm all airs and graces, correct easy paces, without boots so long I forgot where my face is. I'm Bert, I haven't a shirt, but my people are well off, you know. Nearly everyone knows me, from Smith to Lord Rosebery. I'm Burlington Bertie from Bow.
As you can see, the character of Burlington Bertie, a gentleman tramp, was a constant in British popular culture. This, coupled with the fact that Chaplin always cited his mother as one of his greatest influences, it is no surprise that when he became a regular player at the Max Sennett's Keystone Studios in 1914, he would develop the Little Tramp, his own take on a fond character of his Lambeth childhood. The Tramp's first appearance is often attributed to the film Kid Auto Races in Venice, California. However, it was actually Mabel's Strange Predicament that the character first appeared in, but for some reason Auto Races was released before. And so from this point, the Little Tramp, as Chaplin would affectionately refer to him as often as the little fellow, was born. From 1914 to the Tramp's final appearance in 1936, the classic Modern Times, Chaplin had entertained the world with his most famous character for many years. A character that saw its humble beginnings on those harsh Victorian Lambeth streets of his childhood. Those harsh Victorian Lambeth streets of Charlie's London. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. You can also find me at Twitter at Charlie's London. You can find me on Facebook, on my Facebook page for Charlie's London, and also on Instagram at Charlie's London Official. See you soon.